Welcome back to AM Northwest. With more men at home taking care of the children, how are courts handling the issue of spousal support? Here to explain, we have with us from Buckley Le Chevalier, attorney Jay Taylor. Good to have you back.
Nice to have you back.
Yes.
Hi.
So, divorce is really changing in the Northwest, isn't it? We have more house husbands now. It has a lot to do with the unemployment rate.
That's right. In fact, the Center for American Progress came out with a survey just recently that 3 out of 4 jobs that have been lost since the recession began in December of '07 are men. Men are losing jobs much more quickly than women. So we have this time now where many women are working, both spouses are working. Men have lost their jobs, women are stepping up and carrying most of the weight financially. The financial stress is hard on marriages, and when those marriages fall apart, you've got a stay-at-home dad and a working mom, and tables are completely turned.
Now, is it always, in the case of spousal support, granted only for a stay-at-home dad? Or what if you have a husband who earns less than the wife? Do courts often give alimony just to equal that out in the after-marriage?
Yeah, they will. The courts will give what they call transitional support to allow whichever spouse is the lower income earner to kind of catch up, get back to work, get established in a new life.
Is the idea, the old saying, to maintain the lifestyle to which I've become accustomed? Is that what it's all about?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
Not anymore. Nowadays, most of the time, the idea is to give people, when they first break up, a chance to get on their feet and not have what we call an overly disproportionate lifestyle. So, but what's interesting to me in the cases that we're seeing in our firm is that oftentimes men don't ask for support. They're entitled to support if they're the lower income earner or if they're out of work. They're entitled to spousal support. But oftentimes men are ashamed to ask. There's a stigma.
Not the men I've met.
Well,
okay.
But I can understand what you're saying, because the stigma is absolutely right. They then, the courts are taking care of them, and that's kind of counter to the way a lot of men are raised. But then with the fairness issue, I can see where I would have no problem with it.
Sometimes, do you find that? Two questions here, but do you find that more men are calling themselves primary caretakers because they're out of work? In other words, there may be, let's say, there may be child care involved, but they're at home unemployed. So because they're at home unemployed, they call themselves the primary caregivers when it comes to divorce, so that they can get alimony. Are courts seeing more of that?
Yes. If you're the primary caregiver, you're going to end up getting custody generally, and so you're also going to get child support. In that case, wife will be paying spousal support and child support to husband. Right. And you can. It's hard to prove that you're not the primary caregiver if you're home all day long and your wife is at work. So.
We're really out of time, but just very quickly, for people out there who may be getting a divorce, if it's a woman who's the income earner, what should people be thinking in marriages as far as protecting assets and making sure that they don't get taken either?
Well, the first thing I have to tell people, whether you're male or female, if you're the primary wage earner and you're trying to get the other spouse to get out there and get a job, and you give them years and years and years to do that, you're going to be paying spousal support twice as long, much longer, because you were so patient. So the court will look at that marriage and they'll say, well, you acquiesced to him staying home and cooking the meals and taking care of the kids. You should have divorced him years sooner.
Okay, very good. We'll have to talk some more. I want folks to know if you have any questions about spousal support or any other kind of family law issue. Buckley Le Chevalier, phone number is 503-620-8900, and we've got information on our website at katu.com. Thanks for coming.
Thanks.